Today's video is sponsored by Squarespace. Visit squarespace.com/BrendanVanson for more details. What is going on, guys? It is literally been less than a week since I've been back from Japan, and I'm out the door again, this time heading to the exact opposite side of the world, to Patagonia. Gotta get to Lisbon first. I just need to make a quick stop in Lush to pick up Neil. Neil's coming with us to Patagonia for the next 2 weeks. I think he's actually probably roasting some coffee still. Last minute prep.
Oh, dude, you didn't record all that, yeah.
What were you saying?
I wasn't doing anything. You didn't see any of that, thankfully.
Neil, are you excited to drive in the Defender and feel the wind blow through your hair on the highway?
The wheelie bin, as I like to call it. Yes, very excited indeed. Here we are working before we leave, so that's one thing that has to happen first. Coffee needs roasting.
The blending, pun intended, of the coffee business and the photography business has obviously been a challenge. I didn't expect the coffee business to grow so much, so here we are trying to roast enough coffee for the shops until we get back. Only our flight leaves in just a couple hours. Bye! So Neil, I've got good news and bad news.
Oh God.
The good news is you get to feel the wind go through your hair in the truck.
Yeah.
The bad news is there's something stuck in the vent, and as you drive faster it makes this sound. Exactly like that. And the other thing is I haven't cleaned it in months, so it's really dirty. Just an FYI, this video was filmed 4 months ago. I still haven't cleaned my truck. I was hoping it would rain and do the job for me. Oh, and here's a preview of that sound. After surviving the journey only slightly less able to hear properly, we checked into our flights and were whisked away to the end of the earth. There's something so exciting about coming back to Patagonia. It's like the comfort of going home. The only problem is, this isn't the airport I was supposed to land at. Okay, so I'm in a rental car because I'm an idiot. Basically, I got an email from the airline a couple days ago saying that there was a change in my flight and that I could cancel it if I needed to. And I looked and I was like, oh, the change is basically 15 minutes. But what I didn't realize is that the arrival airport was changed from Punta Arenas, where I need to be, to Puerto Natales. I accepted the change. Now I'm in Puerto Natales. So I've got to drive down the highway to Punta Arenas, where I'm starting this Patagonia adventure. So it's only 2 hours away, but still a bit of a stupid move. But the weather's beautiful. So yeah, it should be a nice drive, even though it's an unnecessary one. 2-hour drive later, a good night's sleep, and I'm back at a photo spot that's so simple, underrated, but that I absolutely love. Okay, made it to Patagonia. In Punta Arenas, had a good night's sleep, don't feel any jet lag, and out this morning at a familiar subject, trying to make photos. It doesn't look like we're gonna get green light, sadly, but still gonna try to make something. There's this old broken pier that I've photographed dozens of times, and I have one image of it that I really love. The only problem is that it's a little bit out of focus. So one of the advantages of coming back to places over and over again is you can fix those mistakes. So I'm gonna go and try to set up a shot of that broken pier and try to get it sharp this time. Quickly, I recreated my photo from a couple of years ago, and at the time I kind of thought, it's not that good. But in hindsight, the image is actually pretty good. But soon, I get distracted by epic light. Okay, so if you come to Patagonia, the rule that I'm going to tell you is that you don't show up for sunrise. you show up at least an hour before sunrise, because it seems like for whatever reason the best light is always way before sunrise. So it's, well, I can check on my clock in a second because it's in my pocket. It is a half an hour until sunrise, and the light right now is just absolutely beautiful. I'm not photographing the thing that I thought I was going to photograph because I'm basically just picking and choosing where the good light is. And I have a frame that I think looks really cool because of the color palette. Way off in the distance, the old broken pier, and then there's a ship sitting in the bay over there. And with the light and with the color, it's kind of like blue and also red. And it just looks really, really beautiful. I'm at f11, 15 seconds, ISO 100, and this is the first photo of the Patagonia series. So photo 1 is done, and I'm now stealing a composition from my man Philip over here, who spotted this beautiful, I guess it's a bit of the tide water, but it kind of looks like a river flowing into the pier and the sunrise. It's just full of color, absolutely full of color. Such a perfect first morning here. If you ever feel like you're in a rut with photography, go out and take pictures with others. You don't need to copy their work, but just seeing how they see the world can open up your own creativity. I don't think I would have spotted this image without Philip pointing out the color bouncing off the water to me. So Neil and I just had a battle of the better photo. And it's one of these situations that I think actually they're both good photos, but it's, again, we were talking about this a lot on the channel lately, the difference between a landscape photo and a travel photo. Neil's photo is a landscape photo, and it's a banger.
Yeah, it's a good one.
But it's not a travel photo because it could be anywhere in the world.
But I have another one that's like Uber travel, because I got that ball thing with some light streaks
The
and
ball
the traffic,
thing?
whatever that is. That
We'll
thing.
show you the ball thing now.
Yeah.
And then after you see the ball thing, we'll show you both my photo, which is good, has the broken pier, the famous broken pier, the UNESCO site pier, and then Neil's banger of the landscape photo.
Look at that. That's travel photo right there.
Yeah, it is, but
like,
it's a ball.
Yeah, but it's like, is that not like a symbol for the town or something?
I don't know what that is. If you see this ball, people, would you think, ah, that's Punta Arenas, Chile?
No. But look at the contrast in the light, though.
It's a ball. Don't tell Neil I said this, but his image is balls. There's no better way to start a trip than getting really great light on the first outing. It takes the pressure off the rest of the trip. So, with a bit of weight off our shoulders, we packed up our bags and headed north towards Puerto Natales, where there was even more epic light waiting for us. So we've made it up to Puerto Natales, got a nice coffee at Olaste, and now we're kind of down on the waterfront, and the weather's glorious, and this has never happened here, for me anyway. I mean, it's probably happened in history, which is never for me. I always used to go to the pier and photograph the pier, but I'm trying to find different things on this trip. And since the tide situation is kind of working right now, I've come a little bit past the pier to where there's all these rocks out in the water. I've always thought about photographing this and I just have never done it. Okay, so I'm a little bit bummed out because I came down here and there was a beautiful bit of light that was punching through and I was getting a sun star, and that sun has just gone behind a cloud literally as soon as I got the camera set up. So I didn't get the photo in time, I was just too slow. I was hoping, and I might still try it despite the light not being good, I was hoping to try to do a photo where potentially I was doing like long exposure selfie style image of me out on one of these rocks out in the water. I just don't think it's good anymore because the light kind of died, but I'll try it anyway. Thankfully, I was fooled. The light was just behind a peak. And after filming, it popped out again. And I managed to get my Sunstar images, both selfie style and a more classic landscape style. I'm being a little bit silly because I kind of gave up on the location I was, and I'm walking away and the light and clouds are just insane and I feel silly. So I'm gonna see if I can find another photo spot. These clouds and this light is just unreal. In a mild panic, I walked back to the old pier and took out my widest lens. There's no need for much of a subject when the sky is lit up like this. Take that, sky replacement software. Okay, well, kind of crazy sky. And I don't know how the photos came out because I was really just winging it. And I'm not using grad filters, which I'll get into in my next video. I'm not using grad filters on this trip as of now because I'm testing some things out. So it was a little bit uncomfortable for me, and I don't know if the photos came out as a result. And also, it was kind of just pointing the camera straight up at this incredible sky. So we'll see if it comes out later, but I'm definitely not complaining about the light. Even now, it's just really amazing, and the clouds are so cool. So yeah, going to bed happy, as are those guys partying. And we'll be back at it again in the morning. Same location, hopefully good light again. Patagonia, we're 2 for 2 on awesome light, and after some shut-eye, we were about to be 3 for 3. Again, the light looks like it's gonna be awesome. It's like a half an hour until sunrise, and there's already some pinks and blues and purples in the sky. And I'm hoping that maybe we get that punch of alpenglow coming through as well. So we'll see. Again, I'm trying to do something slightly different. I've got my long lens on. That's the 70-200 f2.8 RF. And I'm basically just picking out some of the pillars of the broken pier as my foreground. Hopefully with like a bird on it or something like that. And then backdropping that with this incredible scene of mountains. Here in Puerto Natales, the mountains are still quite a ways away. So when you go wide angle, they look really small in the frame. By using a longer lens, they fill up more of the frame and look more impressive. So that's kind of what I'm going at. Okay, we've earned our breakfast because the light is beautiful, beautiful. Pine Grande is way off in the distance there, and it's actually catching alpenglow this morning. And I'm not sure I love my frame, but it's not bad. It definitely needs a little bit of cropping, but just because the light is so good, I don't think it needs so much help. It could be a bad composition and still work just because this light is so beautiful right now. I do have a 3-stop ND on, and I'm at f16, 6 seconds, ISO 100. I've photographed this pier about a dozen times, and I think this is the first time I've actually tried something like this. And I'm glad I did, because I really love how this image feels. Whew, that was another awesome morning, oh my God. Yeah, this is crazy. Usually when I do like 2 weeks in Patagonia, I'll get 2, maybe 3 or 4 if I'm lucky, really nice sunrises or sunsets, really beautiful light. And this trip, it's been 3 shoots, and all 3 of them have had amazing light. It's so awesome. I just hope it continues. And it will continue on another video. I'm heading that way towards Pine Grande. And on that video, I think I'm gonna test out this new Nisi filter system that I have, the Swift system. So I'll leave it there, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Squarespace is a great place to build a website. There's a new guided design system with SEO optimizing tools, which will help make it easier for people to find you. As for professional tools, you can use the Squarespace platform to automate bookings and appointments. And there's also client invoicing and payment processing, which makes setting up an online store for your photography-based website really easy. So, if you're looking to build a website to help grow your business or showcase your work, visit squarespace.com/BrendanVanson for 10% off your first purchase.